not. It's not. You know, it's just not. It's great. Yeah, I don't have.
Get going. I could do 10 people.
Oh shit.
Next over at Claire.
What is up? It's your girl Martha D-Stop, owner of MDMC Entertainment, and I am at the big event outside the LaGuardia Marriott Hotel here in Elmhurst, New York. I love New York, but LA does it better. This show is insane. I mean, fantastic talent, fantastic lineup. That's the only reason I'm really here, is for the lineup and to kind of, you know, make some connects and things like that, network. But the big event, man, you guys are called the big event. It should feel like a big event, not a small event. It feels tiny in that ballroom. So, yeah, I have a lot of thoughts on this one. I have a ton of video to support my theories. Well, not my theories, but my experience. So, this is day one for me. The big event for me today was AJ Lee, brought out by Sorrentino Productions, which they're a fantastic company, guys. You guys check them out. And then I have to see Ric Flair. I saw DP, who I love. I finally met two women's champions that I don't have signatures for on my women's championship belt, and that was Deborah and the Cat. The Cat. Look up the Cat. She actually worked with China. It's fantastic. But she's also known for another incident as well. Go to YouTube. I won't talk about it. But she's iconic, and so she's a sweetheart. Very sweet. Let's see who else I see. David Otunga. I saw Maria Canales. I still have to see JBL, Big Cass, and Ric Flair. So I'm halfway done. And after this, I'm going back and taking a nap because this was bonkers. I'm terrified because I'm actually going to have some guests with me tomorrow. I'm terrified for my friends that are coming with me to experience this because this is nuts. This is the crazy. I've done a lot of shows in I think, how many years have I been doing this? 6 years? I've done and attended many Comic-Cons, fan fests, meet and greets. I've done all types of shows from all sizes, from the smallest to the largest. This is insane. Watch my videos, you'll find out. Just keep watching. I'll provide all of it there. And so that's day one, and wish me luck. Send some prayers, good vibes, all that. Thank you. All right, so today is day 2 of the big event, and thank God I had backup, because who do I have here? Facts of Life.
Yo, backup out here.
See, now finally, you and I are in person.
Yes.
To do an actual video together.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. I'm happy to see you.
I know, it's been forever.
I know.
Been what, like 3 years?
3 years. Hey, when are we doing a new episode of Facts of Life? I think the people out there need to know.
Oh no, sorry, I've been lazy, man. Fuck. I've been mad lazy.
People need to hear your voice, though.
I don't know about all that. But I got some ideas in mind. We still got some merch coming out, some new hoodies, we got some fucking face masks and all that good stuff.
This is the military hoodie. Yeah, that one looks good.
Designed by Moa.
Yeah. No side sleeves on the sides. Oh yeah, you do. You have that one right there.
Absolutely.
Awesome. All right. Well, anyway, this was a shit show.
Absolute shit show.
Oh my God.
I got a free autograph.
We're not gonna say how we got that, but shout out to our friends, Richie Sorrentino, Jerry Sorrentino. I think they're related. We're not sure. There may not be no relation at all. They just may be two different people. But anyway, thank you to them. And yeah, we're done. This was, I'll do another long video about how we gotta do this, but we gotta go because we're hungry. Bye.
Word.
Alex?
Peace out. Check out Factual Life on Instagram, Facebook, everywhere.
Bye-bye. Hey, what's up? This is Martha D. Staub, owner of MDMC Entertainment and MDMC Authentics, and I am here to give you a review on the big event. The big event is a wrestling convention located in Elmhurst, Queens, New York, and I'm super pissed because I was 14 minutes into a video and for some reason my last video just cut out, so I gotta start over. Yay! I hated this show so much I have to tell it again. This was a shit show. I don't know, and I really don't understand how a show that has been around for 20 years can fuck up this badly, but it did. So let me dive right back into this and start from the beginning on why this was so bad. All right, so as you know, the big event is a wrestling show, and I decided to come out this year because, you know, there was a lot of talent that I haven't seen on the West Coast, and especially I needed stuff signed from like Deborah and the Cat for my women's championship belt, and of course the AJ Lee was making her appearance at the big event, and I had to meet her because, you know, I had the Divas championship belt. I did an unboxing of that belt in my previous videos. I'll put the card up here so you can watch that video again. I actually said in that video, when am I ever gonna see AJ Lee? Well, that time came and I'm just like, I have to see her. I just have to see her. There's no other reason for me not to see her. So I was already on the East Coast for Rhode Island Comic Con. I typically, every time I do Rhode Island Comic Con, I like to stay in New York a couple days after, just because I like, you know, you're so close to the city, and, you know, I love Connecticut. I have friends in Connecticut, you know, so I want to make the most of my time at a specific place. And I said, you know what, there's no better way. I can just go to Rhode Island, stay the week, work, get what I need done, come to the big event the following day, and then, you know, plan out the rest of my week and then go back to California. So I was literally out there, no joke, for a straight 2 weeks. And I went into the the big event thinking it was gonna be a really great show. They do a great job bringing in amazing people and amazing talent. I'm like, this is gonna be a really great show. So excited. Oh boy, was I wrong. So I got dropped off. There's a little bit of footage that you saw at the beginning of this. The development was supposed to be with me to film and didn't. And it's okay. I got what I needed, or got what I could. And, you know, maybe it's a good thing he didn't go because it was so bad. So when I got dropped off, there was a line around the building, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? I was like, all right, whatever. And so I get in the line, you know, I take my time, get in the line. I finally make it into the building, and there's another line to get your passes. So I had to sit there and get my passes. And once I got the passes, I was like, all right, now, like, you know, what can you do? So they had the big ballroom in the back. That's where all the talent is. I have learned now, I think post-COVID, is that, you know, after Seattle, I got really sick after Seattle. When I flew back, I was deathly sick. I had a fever, had chills. I thought it was COVID. Same thing after LAX Fan Fest. Got the chills, got a fever, thought it was COVID. Went and checked, it wasn't COVID. But because I was not wearing my mask around in Seattle and the big LAX Fan Fest, I feel like I probably caught something in the air. And I was like, I'm not doing this in New York. I'm gonna wear my mask. So I wore my mask, and literally going into this ballroom, thick with people, no way to move around. I was like, you know, you have to do the shuffle, and then you stand there, someone's like, hey, I'm in line, and I'm like, for what? And they're like, oh, I was like, oh shit, my bad. And you have to like, I'm like, yo, fucking move. It was bumper to bumper with people. And I'm like, that is a full ballroom full of COVID. What the hell was, what? I don't understand. The big event has been around for 20 years. How have you not made enough money to rent out a bigger ballroom? I don't understand that at all. And I just sat there like, I don't get it. I really don't get it. And so I had to work my way around. Deborah was my first stop. And then I saw the cat. And then I had to, there were moments, if you follow the MDMC IG, there were moments of that con where I actually stepped all the way out of the building. And I had to sit there and I'm like, I'm rethinking all my life decisions at this moment because this is insane. Why is this con the way it is? Another note, AJ Lee was signing downstairs in like a smaller section of the hotel, like more like an office type area, but it was a very long hall. And they had some talent sitting there. They had talent set up with tables and stuff you can meet out there. It was a smaller area. So I go down there, Jerry Sorrentino from Sorrentino Productions hooked me up. Thank you so much. I go down there and I'm like, hey, I don't have my ticket. Like, I don't know, like, I said, do you remember I paid for an autograph, right? He's like, hey, yeah, you're good, you're good. And so I've known Jerry for a while now. He's done shows out here, LAX Fan Fest, and he's done other things. I've known him for a good while. He brings an amazing talent. And I said, you know, he's like, yeah, it's a little wild up there. I said, yeah, it is. He's like, that's why I like to be down here. I like, you know, space it out. You know, I was like, okay, cool. So I got a pro photo with AJ Lee. He said, come back in an hour. Then she's gonna sign autos. So I had to go back upstairs, finish the rest of the bullshit I had to finish, and then come back down. It did not get any better. I don't understand people with wagons, people with strollers. That is my biggest pet peeve of conventions and things like that, is you're bringing like a 1-year-old, a 2-year-old to a show, and you're pushing your stroller along. And I get it. You know, these types of things are great family events, you know, but your 1 and 2-year-old isn't going to remember it. And so I don't know how many times I just experienced this at LA Comic-Con. I'm like, how and why are people bringing strollers to a convention when it's that packed with people? I don't get it. Personally, if it was me, if I saw how many people were in there and I had a stroller, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna sit out here. Significant other, you go have fun, and I'm gonna wait right here, and then we'll swap. That's what I would do. Instead, bumper to bumper people, and you're pushing a stroller, a wagon, and it's just like, there's no way to move. There's absolutely no way to move. I got what I needed done and left. I was like, I'm not staying here anymore. This is nuts. I think I took an Uber back, or I don't remember, or I got picked up, I don't remember. And I actually go out, you know, and I do a lot of traveling, and I do a lot of these shows because in my mind at some point I would like to be a vendor at some of these places. And I thought, you know what, New York Comic Con's a really great place to do that. We can bring specific talent, it'll be great. And like, I almost did that after LAX Fan Fest. I said, you know what, let's just get a booth at a big event. And then they shut it down. So I don't know what's going on at the big event. You guys say you guys have been in business for 20 years. I couldn't understand it, but it gets worse. So the next day, as you know, I picked up my passes the day before. I had 2 because I bought one for the Facts of Life founder, Alex, who was going to join me on day 2. Now, poor Alex. I'm still very, very sorry and forever, forever grateful for this man. I love you with all my heart, Alex. I love you. But I felt so bad because he had just jumped off a plane from Hawaii to be at this show. And I talked to him the night before and I said, I feel really bad for you going to the show. If you're landing at like 8 o'clock in the morning and the show starts at 10, I'm a little concerned. Maybe you shouldn't come. And I told him, I was like, you know what, stay home, rest. it's fine. I'll get what you need. I'll meet up with you later on. And he wouldn't let me. He's like, no, no, no. I said I'd be here. I'm gonna be here. Let me tell you, a man of his word. He came through, he picked me up, we went to the show, and as we're pulling up, we see a line of people around the building. I was like, this is stupid. So I asked us to be dropped off at the front of the building because I was like, what is this line for? We already have passes from the day before. This should be no big deal. We go up to the front and I'm like, all right, I have passes. Can I get in? And they're like, you have to get in line. And I said, why? And they said, new day, new show. I said, what the fuck does that mean? And he says, it means you have to get in the back of the line. I said, you've got to be kidding me. Really? So poor me and Alex had to walk to the back of the line. And which was great, you know, we had time to catch up. I haven't seen Alex in the flesh in 3 years. So it was great to catch up. And, you know, that first hour was great because we just caught up on everything we've missed. And it was great. But then here comes hour 2 and I'm like, all right, why are we still out here? Well, I saw one of the vendors doing a live and I called out to him. I was like, yo, what the hell is going on up there? And he's like, oh, let me talk to you in a minute. And I was like, all right, cool. He comes back. He's like, I don't know what the hell they did today. It's worse today than it was yesterday. And I said, you've got to be kidding me. He's like, it's not. I'm not. It's bad. And I was like, all right. And he's like, well, I'll work on getting you in. No big deal. I didn't think anything of it. He comes back. He says, hey, you guys come here. So he pulls us out of the line. We get up to the front. My good friend, like, he comes out, he sees me. He's like, what are you doing? I was like, well, this guy brought me up to the front line. He's like, you're coming in with me. Come on. So he pulled us in. And what they ended up doing for day 2, there was no ballroom. Where AJ Lee was the day before in the small, narrow room is where they put all the talent. And I said, you've got to be kidding me. What? So literally, this is why there's a line outside. I'm like, no. And so he got us down and he's like, all right, you're cool, work, okay? Get what you need done and get out. And I was like, all right, cool. And it's weird because, and I know how much it costs to pay for talent. You pay for their time. When Alex and I walked in, most of the talent was sitting at the table by themselves. They weren't really doing anything. Alex went over there and says, hi, nice to meet you, nice to meet you, nice to meet you. And I said, what are you doing? He's like, they're sitting there by themselves. Where are the people? Even though there's a bunch of people out there, there's a line outside this door. Why is no one meeting them? And I'm like, I have no clue. Let's just get this stuff done. And again, huge props to Alex because he held my bags and got all these figures out for me and we got everything situated. It was great. It was wonderful. I'm forever indebted to this man. We got everything signed, okay? I go to meet Daniel Bryan. I show the guy at the table, hey, here's my deal for my ticket that I bought online. Okay, cool, go on in. Sign my stuff. I get to the Kenny Omega line. He's the last one I need. Oh, you need the card. And I said, what fucking card? Oh, the card that, you know, you need that to get in. I'm like, I showed the guy my screenshot here. He's like, well, he's taking screenshots. I'm taking cards. Gotta get your fucking card. So Alex and I go to the elevator, go up to the top floor, stand in the line to get our cards, okay? Got the cards. I now have 2 cards, one for Daniel Bryan and one for Kenny Omega. I go back downstairs and the guy that's moderating the line's like, oh, no, stop. And I said, why? He says, you need to get in the back of the line of this. I said, no, you kicked me out of this line. I've been standing in this line. You told me you didn't want to take my my screenshot. And he was like, oh, that's you? Okay, yeah, go ahead, stay right here. And like Alex is like, no, you tell him what the deal was. I'm like, I'm not standing in the back of the line. No. I'm very fortunate here in LA that I don't have to stand in any lines. I usually just walk into places and I can get my shit done. I do not have that in New York, and I know after this video I definitely won't. I'll probably be banned from this event, but whatever. I have to speak on it because I don't like the way I was treated. So here's what happened. So we go and finally meet Kenny Omega. We got the deal done, okay? We leave. Alex and I do that quick little video you just saw at the end of this video. That's all we had time for. We didn't even actually film anything down there. And I'm furious. Big event. You big promoters. You've been doing this for 20 years. How do you mess up so badly? the spaces weren't big enough. You had people, it was cold as hell. That's the difference between California and New York. You had people standing in a line outside in 48-degree weather. What is wrong with you people? I don't understand how a convention that's been happening for 20 years can mess up so badly. And on top of that, the following day, you put out a post and said how sorry you were and blah, 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 blah. I wrote a very lengthy, in-depth grievance as to why this shit sucked. And what did you do? You deleted my comment. I can't comment on that post at all. And I think it's bullshit because what you're doing is potentially leaving out a vendor that adds money to your pocket and money to your tickets because of the people I could bring. Not doing that. Not anymore. I am just so pissed how, I don't know why it was just me, because everyone else was like pointing out their grievances. For some reason, yeah, I don't know what it was about me specifically, or maybe you know who I am. You blocked me. I can't even write on that. So that's why I'm doing this video. I think if you're gonna get into this business and you're gonna put on an event, be ready for the criticism because there's gonna be some. I think that it was absolutely immoral to put so many people crammed in one space. You should have had a bigger ballroom. You have the money. I know you do. This is a big thing that happens every year that you happen to have twice a year. More space, more, I don't know. I just didn't like the way I was treated by your people in the line. Like I was asking questions that were rude as fuck, and I get it, it's New York. New York has a different attitude. I don't give a fuck. Don't treat me like shit in the line, okay? Peace. Like, no, not doing it. So, big event. I don't know if I'll ever return. I don't know if I'll ever send runners to your show. But let me tell you, get your stuff together because you're acting like amateurs. This was the worst show I've ever been to compared to Rhode Island Comic Con, which was stellar. But you know, they've been doing it a long time too, but they got it down. I don't know what's going on with Big Event. I just saw a post from them saying they got a bigger venue, bigger parking, and there'd be no lines outside. Well, good job. You've listened to some of your criticism. Just do better next time. And yeah, I'm gonna give this show a 0 out of 10. 1 out of 10, I'm gonna give it a 0 because you failed. Actually, I'll give you a 1 because, you know, I got to see my friend Jerry and I met Deborah and the cat. So I'll give you a 1, just because of the guests, but not for your actual people. Your staff was rude to me. It was a complete joke. I would never ever give more money to an organization that does something like that. So I'll definitely not be a vendor there either. And yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say on that. Sorry it was a short video of the actual floor, but I hope it embodied the craziness of what it was, because even though we are still in the depths of COVID, you should still be a little bit more aware when you do events like this. So thank you so much for your time, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, share. If you've been to the big event and you want to talk about it, leave it in the comments, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.